which also is showing to Nightmare, if you do pick up the Zushin, which they do, Mongols, if they want, they can pick up a Matilda and a tank. Right? Matilda, Akai.
Yeah.
And Zushin it's not like she doesn't have any counters now. Kimi does well against her. Lilia does well against her. So it's not that you have just lost the draft just because they got first pick Zushin.
Yeah. You just lose out on the straight up answer, right? The Eve. So this could actually also be a Paquito that they want to pick up because of the Atlas band, right?
But then there's a Freya still available.
They could take both.
I think they don't care about it. I think they can just play the side lanes. They have enough CC as well with the Akai to deal with the Freya if it comes out from Nightmare. So I like it. I like the Paquito. I like the Akai. The Arlet gets picked up. Now this is already a good lane for Mumu. And it's going to be the Baksha. Interesting choice here. Great start to the draft.
Yeah, I think since yesterday we've been starting to see more fighter golds too.
In this game, I think is not possible. If they do that, they won't have enough damage.
I think this is a Harith for Mongols, right?
Because Zushin, I think, is enough to activate the Arlet, so you don't have to pick up a Ruby Gold here. And for the Mongols, I feel like getting
no Freyas anymore. No one's gonna pick up the Freya anymore.
It's okay for Mongols if they have a mid like a Kimi. So it's, marksman-ish.
Sure.
Hey.
I feel like just picking up marksman here would be fine, but they pick up the Gourd instead.
Ooh.
Still a pretty good pick. And let's address the elephant in the room, right? Let's not talk about this draft like we haven't seen how it's played out. Unfortunately, Nightmare, they've been doing Arlet plus Akai for a long time. Did not work out. And the reason why they didn't work out is Arlet doesn't play with anyone, right? He just does things by himself. So hopefully that has been fixed now, having the Zushin as well as the Baxia. So if Mongols is able to deal with the Arlet, the win condition of Nightmare is, I would say, cut in half.
Yeah, right now I'm just surprised the Phobias went through without getting picked up or banned, so interesting, but all right. The Gourd gets picked up. The Mongols now, are they going to start limiting the marksman? Or are they just going to leave it open? Because they do have red 4. There you go. Matilda gets taken out. They don't want those fast rotations early.
Surprised that I would have thought they would consider that too, because they had like
A
the Gourd
Gourd,
and Akai together. I feel like that would have been a really great choice. Also up against the Baksha. But it seems like they have a different plan in mind. I guess it's really Ox just wanting the tankier setup heroes all over again. He's not just going to go for the utility at all, this wild card. And speaking of, I think a lot of his options are still left. The Belleric, if Nightmare is just really going dive comp, then could they consider the Belleric?
Honestly, yeah, not a bad choice, not a bad choice. But now, the Claude has been banned up. I wonder if they want to respect a possible carry as well. Because, again, there is a chance that Nightmare is going to pick up a Harith. For Mongols, I think having a Harith for them is going to be slightly tough. Not impossible, but slightly tough, just because of the damage profile that they have. It's all skill-based.
Yeah.
I would prefer for them to have something like a Moskov.
I agree. Moskov carry some more sustained DPS. Okay, for the Mongols. I don't know, for Nightmare, I think it might be also a pretty good idea to start panning out the Grok. I know we didn't get to see the Grok do too much, but this is a very vulnerable lineup to a Grok set.
What if K goes Obsidia again?
Oh.
Yesterday we did see, I believe it was Nets on the Arlet, keep getting RX on the Obsidia. Very obnoxious, unfun. So it's just something that you have to be careful of. Like, even though you have a pretty strong front line, a good Arlet will still be able to catch you.
Okay, they ban out the glue. The carry gets banned out by the Mongols. Here we go. Do they snatch the Harith away or do they take the Moskov? Could also be just revealing your roam early.
Which I think is still fine.
Yeah.
So
I don't think there's a lot of roamers that can be countered right now.
knowing Ox, is it Grok?
Okay.
It's Moskov. All right.
Moskov.
There you go. You want to save it for last. Nightmare. What is the answer? The Harith pickup question mark against the Moskov. Skill matchup in that gold lane. And then gotta go for your roam.
Yeah.
It's the Harith.
Okay.
So is it just the Gato Kacha or is it like a setting hero?
The Marcel's gone.
Honestly, I feel like just having another front line, just to make sure so that the box set isn't alone, is already pretty nice.
I agree.
We have a lot of that. Even though there is a Gord there, even picking with high loss, just that early revitalize.
Roamer, yeah,
early revitalize can make it so that Nightmare just has good control, good tempo at the start of the game.
They go Belleric. Okay, so
still revitalize hero, yeah.
Technically, they can still go for Kalea. They can play that combo with the Gord. It is risky because the healing is going to be cut very early by the Baksha.
Ox. Cho.
Whoa!
He wants to redeem himself.
He wants to redeem himself for all those missed
setups.
Tectonic charges.
Yes.
Yep.
At least he doesn't die in my lane.
Yeah. We'll see if the Cho will die in this lane. Right now, looking at the draft here, it looks like Nightmare, they're still going for their identity, trying to play around the Arlet, and then just in case they do have the Hive. Now, the Mongols, this time they got to go back to the meta, go to an Akai. So with that, Mirko as well as Brigitte, this is going to be the first best of 3 in the CGBS here, so good luck for this one.
All right, the first best of 3 indeed that we will be seeing here in the third day of the wild cards, and it's an elimination match that we're about to see. They gotta give it their all, and heading into game number 1, there were really good adjustments that we got to see from Nightmare, taking out majority of the comforts from the Mongols.
It's a good strat, you know, seeing Zexora getting away with a Harara and a Yisun Shin throughout group stage. Definitely a lack of respect to a lot of the teams in his group, but here, Nightmare, they know it's all in or nothing. They know this is an elimination match, so they gotta go all in, and the Mongols, they're gonna have to play something that they haven't played in a while.
Yep.
Whoa!
Oh, he's using the new skin!
Ken skin on the Cho Ox.
Oh!
You know what? I feel like the Mongols are just chilling now, because like they should have just picked Guinevere.
Hey. Yeah, I want to see the Guinevere. That's why I suggested the Guinevere earlier too, but we are seeing 2 of the new skins debut in game number 1. Guys, I hope you're seeing this because it's already out now.
I didn't know. I gotta buy it after this.
Yeah, I tried. It took me like maybe 4,000 or 5,000.
I might not have enough diamonds though.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Okay.
I think chat believes me, right chat? You believe me?
We gotta take a look at the emblems real quick. Pretty much. Oh, that's pull yourself together for I did.
Yeah. He, I guess wants that. Okay, this is the thing though. In lane, Juviana's always won out. This is the first time that it's just been a tough lane for him. Paquito kicking, that is a weird one for sure.
So the animation is a bit different.
Yeah.
For the new skin.
Look, it's like
Just a bit.
he's not a boxer here.
Okay, I'd like to see a bit more of that later on, but for now, we gotta take a quick look at the matchups yet again. Ox still doing his thing. Hopefully this time around, it'll be a bit more easier for him to do these kinds of zonings though, because it's gonna be a Cho in his hands. And again, hopefully we see a bit more of the hero synergy between Nightmare this time, because that's something that we really failed to see from them. And approaching the first objective, too easy for Lexi.
Wait a second, they might just go all in on the Arlet here. Because some of the missing projectiles, Xora with the rotation as well. They bait out the flicker, and it's level 4 for Mumu. Mikey's gonna get level 4 as well. This is dope for the Mongols.
Yep.
Ox, Jikundo forward. Gonna be caught in the Crimson, or sorry, the Lancer Flare. Flicker's out of the way. Jasmine and Aidid walking up. No Revitalize, it's a flicker.
Ox and Juviana both don't have their flickers though. Oh.
Rectory, too easy for Lexi with the win here. Xora pops in a heavy spin in the oh, Mystic Gush gets through Juviana, who had already burned his flicker early. Aidid with the Crimson Beacon. Now it's going to be Ox with the walk up. The Purify comes through, and now Ox gets away. Great Jeet Kundo.
Honestly, I'm not used to seeing Zexora, at least in this tournament, get a hold of these kinds of junglers. But it seems like despite the slight change, the Mongols really know how to approach this game. They've been really systematic in terms of that objective take, making sure that it was Joviana who wasn't really in a comfortable spot to position himself first. And now Nightmare Esports, as much as they really want to look for a trade, yeah.
Yo!
Yeah, they got the... Okay, they're successful in that.
That's a very aggressive tree. He just stole the purple buff of the Dragon Warrior. Mystic Projectile lands with a Gush. Aidid doesn't need to use any of his resources. And this is going to be great for nobody saw that. For too easy for Lexi.
Yeah, at least Nightmare. They are indeed trying to get the most out of their lineup, at least for now, even though they are just slightly behind. It's not as proactive as you think, but at the same time, it's very difficult to do that when your XP lane is struggling at this point. You're not really seeing Juviana be as active across the map just because of how well Mumu has been playing on this new skin, Paquito.
The new skin Paquito. The non-boxer Paquito.
It's a...
Yeah, Mumu's been doing a really good job, man. He's got a level lead as well, I believe, or not a level lead, an XP lead over Juviana. But it's a very slow game, and I think if it goes slow, it actually should favor the Mongols, right? They got crazy scaling. Paquito, Moskov, Gord, Mumu doing a good job now with a knockout strike as well on Juviana, setting up tempo for the Mongols. They're going to rotate straight up onto that turtle, and Mumu gets the XP crab.
Yeah, it's just the right amount of aggression that you're seeing from the Mongols, just enough to limit what Nightmare would really want to do in terms of the pacing across the map. and they're always together. So the Mongols are really just capitalizing on the fact that they are going for this team fight comp. Not really heavy on the pickoffs just yet, even with the presence of Mumu on the Cho. Whoa, K!
What? That was an SOD forward K! I saw the angle, but Mumu was not prepared for it. Ox gets lifted up, thrown back at the Juviana. Free resets on the Vengeance, and now it's a 4v5.
Just as I described their clean play being more of a unit. Hold on, heavy spin!
Coming down around, Zixora trying to go for the Retri. He won't be able to get it. Could stun away with the Wrath of the Dryad as well. Now Idid goes to the Crimson Beacon. Mumu lifted up, thrown back by Idid as he picks up the kill on Paquito. Ox trying to possibly secure this purple buff. Goes in, gets it. It's Jasmine actually who gets it again.
That entire sequence just really felt like it was a punish to that failed attempt we saw from K. And even a bit of Mumu, not catching up, but I don't think it's Mumu to blame. It was just really a slight miscalculation from their part, because that was pre-turtle. Oh!
So Khalil up top, Juviana shows K how it's done. A 0-2 start to the game for the main damage dealer, the Mongols.
That's not what you want, and the first one, I think, could have been prevented even. Hold on. Okay, Juviana's gonna be out of this. Why does this purple buff feel like it's been on Jasmine for too long?
Because he stole another one, man. Jasmine is a menace. Grand Theft purples all around. But the tree.
Yeah, I don't think they're giving it to him on purpose.
No, he's just better
always
at last hitting.
Okay, hold on.
See, this is where it gets troublesome. Oh god, Mumu. Knockout strike, caught in the Wrath of the Dryad, thrown back around again. Idid gets the kill. And they have all the time in the world to wait for their resources to be back up for the turtle.
Yeah, slowly, Nightmare have been dealing with the side lanes. Like, the sides of the Mongols, Mumu and K haven't been in such a great spot, and unknowingly, they've been taking these pickoffs under their nose, when in fact you would expect the Mongols to be the ones to do that. They have the Cho, but the Nightmare grouping up together like this. Now it's Nomad also being part of the rotations. It feels like they're the ones who are more ready with this almost 4K gold lead to take on the Mongols anytime they please.
It's just exactly as planned for Nightmare, right? They want to snowball out of control with this composition, and they've done exactly that. Mongols just feels like it's not the same Mongols we've seen in the last 2 days who've played those assassins, those damage dealers in the jungle. Zixora on the Akai has not been it so far, man.
Yeah, it's you think...
Oh, another buff stolen! Idid steals it away with a lantern flare. Okay, the lack of damage in the hands of Zixora is really starting to feel bad.
Yep.
Oh, a bit of missynergy as well as the Spear of Misery shoots them away from the Jeet Kune Do.
This is also another download situation for the
Yikes.
Mongols, you know? But it's in a sense that they're forced to play a different kind of lineup, a different kind of jungler, and you're starting to feel it. Like, this is not the most comfortable they've been in the wild card. Hold on.
God. They're gonna go all in. Heavy spin coming down as well, but look at the Wrath of the Dryad already there. Mikey pops in the Mystic Gush, but it just tickles. Too easy for Lexi. They're just gonna run them down through the tier 2, and now they'll take the tier 2 as Mumu at least gets a bit of compensation. Let's take a look at this. Zixora can't get it, but this time at least it's not Jasmine.
At least. It's not the Belleric, it's not the tree, but it's such a struggle for the Mongols. Like, you'd really want to see their combos put together. You'd really want to see the kick into the Mystic Gush. But when things get messy, when there's a definite need for the heavy spin to also come into play because you gotta play defensively, then the team fights don't favor them at all. It's always Nightmare forcing them into these kinds of positions, and the Mongols aren't really able to find an answer to that. They feel very passive as of the moment, and it's very understandable. They need some catching up to do. Mumu again, all alone!
Good sidestep, flickers out of the way. That's some real movement right there, but look at the rest of the team coming down as well. Too easy for Lexi. It's going to be thrown back into the turret, but it's going to be juggled so well with the Wrath of the Dryad locking him down. Zixora will fall. First Sky Piercer stack for Idid. Mumu caught in the Vengeance, caught in the Crimson Beacon. Juviana will be the one to take the kill.
The Mongols just accepted that. They just dealt with the other lanes as much as they can, but it's nothing that that Nightmare would not be able to deal with. They're immediately able to just take care of their mid lane, only losing one turret down bottom, and they're not really feeling the threat from the Mongols from this Moskov just yet. They've dealt with it really well. It's 0-3, and it will take some time for K. Just look at his items right now. It's just the Corrosion and the Golden Staff.
Oh god, yeah. It's a lot of items. He's building towards the Holy Shield. That's what the build path looks like, but it looked a bit weird. I mean, seeing all those items.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. Oh, Mikey! That was so greedy of Ox and Mikey. flicker and a kill. But hold on, Zexora's gonna go for the heavy spin. Too easy for Lexi. Still wins it out despite the heavy spin. That level advantage paying dividends. Ida getting another Sky Piercer stack, and Mumu is all alone against an Arlet and a tree.
This is very unfortunate. We've seen it how many times? It's happened to at least 2 members of the Mongols already in the entirety of this game. First on K, and now on Mikey. These were the players who seemed to be the most calculated too, but now it's Nightmare with a constant punish. I don't think they would be confident enough to start things off with this kind of situation too. Ox could just barely do anything on the Cho.
Wow, Nightmare just stomping through. An 8.6k goal lead. Heavy spin coming out now onto Jasmine. He's going to get thrown all the way back, but he just flickers out of the way. And that is one of the biggest resources for the Mongols, burnt out before the siege even starts.
Yeah, and they still have a Lord. They still have a Lord marching down bottom. Both energy shields in mid and top already taken out. They will be losing out on some of their base turrets. Just look at how decisive Nightmare are in terms of the siege.
Oh, they're going to get base turret as well on the side lane. Mumu. Knockout strike gets them out just for a bit. K with the Spear of Misery. 0-3 and 0, taking a 1v1 against Ida. He's gonna get thrown back again, but K with some damage at least. Juviana kick back to the rest of the team, but there's just no damage. Juviana is able to go for the final slash, stays alive for a bit, finally gets shut down. Mikey with a full-on Mystic Gush, but it does not do enough damage. K lands the SOD, won't take it this time around. There's just too many members. He finally takes it, gets the pin down. Ida just pops the Purify to get out of the pin.
You just can't fight them. The Mongols just can't fight Nightmare just yet, now with knowing that the Wrath of the Riot is still up. I feel like as much as you'd really want to just push forward, go for the chase, and at least commit to the fight, you really have to take into account that there are just multiple resources still left for Nightmare to capitalize on, not to mention even the Zaman Force from Nomad, who again is yet to get picked off. He's 008 right now on the Harith. There's just so much space created for him, and that's the complete opposite of what you're seeing for K. At least now has the Trinity already in his hands, but you'll need a lot more because he just... Yeah, Nomad just got the Divine Glaive.
Yeah, the reason the Harith goes for Bargain Hunter is because some of those items are supposed to be pretty expensive, you know, but he has an item advantage over the Moscow, who's supposed to be the one better at farming, so...
Yeah, 2,000 gold lead. Basically what I'm trying to say is, it's kind of cooked.
Yeah. We're trying to look at the potential angles right now for the Mongols. I think they're trying to play around the map. Yeah, might just go... or you pick off as much as they can, but do they have the damage?
I think it's wise to go on Jasmine. Mumu! Oh, now it's Oxu, the Street Fighter. Ryu and Ken! Both gonna fall. It's a Sky Piercer stack for Idid.
Yay. I mean, hey, not yay. Because, like, they did want to get the pick off, but again, you just asked the question. Is Jasmine the best possible target? I know he was a bit too far away from the rest of his team, but... how could you know? You had no information whatsoever of where Nightmare was. SOD already used here, but Zexora, he could just watch. There's no way he could just approach this, not when he's alone, not when 2 of his members just got back in the game.
Yep. And Nightmare just take it safe. They see the SOD land. I know it's almost impossible, but they think it was still, you know, there's as long as there's no chance for steal, they're happy with it. They wait for the SOD to disappear, then they go for the Lord.
And I also feel like the Mongols might have just wanted to at least go for that play in case they aren't, or in case they just really had to let go of the Lord. But now that it's failed, they lose on so much more. And okay, we're taking a look at the damage dealt rankings. Look at the sides. Look at the difference between how Nightmare have been able to play their sides as compared to Mongols.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if the Mongols can defend this. They still have 1 base turret, so at least there's something there, but after that, it's just the crystal too easy for Nexi knows it.
Yeah. Oh, okay, got the Malefic Gun just now too. Diamond Force.
They use all the resources on to the base turret up top, so the Lord should be cleared out here. Mumu gonna do a good job clearing K as well, piercing through them. Lancer Flare knocks Mumu out, he's flickered out. Gets into safety, final slash and flicker combo onto Mikey, but he's gonna be under the turret with a Mystic Gush on him. Zexora gets a heavy spin in time, the wave's gonna be cleared out, SOD lands, and K is gonna go for Ida, but there's no damage at all. Not for K, it's game 1 over to Nightmare.
Nightmare have put an end to their game losing streak, at least for now, because again, this is a best of 3 and we're yet to find out if they will be the ones advancing or if the Mongols could actually show us another adjustment from a download game.